Welcome to episode 65 of the We Don't Know Jack podcast. What's up, Emily?
Not much, but we are here today.
We
Again
are.
on a Thursday, too.
We are. We were going to have a guest today, but it didn't work out. Maybe next week. Well, we might be off next week. We
Yeah.
haven't figured out. We may be off next week. But
But
for
both of
now,
us will be busy next week, so
we can make time for an hour interview.
you'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. What have you been up to?
Um, Pretty much just work. This was the first day I had to work in a building with kids running around. So that was kind of a challenge trying to make sure they didn't run into Chromebook carts we were pushing down the hallway.
Knock them over.
We almost did
Run them
multiple
down.
times because the one hallway was a slope. So you would either running with the Chromebook cart or you would be trying to hold it like close to you, trying not to fall down. And of course, that was the busiest hallway with children.
Oh, yeah, of
And
course.
I'm talking like probably younger than middle school. So all elementary kids.
Jeez.
I don't think I've ever gotten a headache that quickly in my life.
So I was with some kids this weekend, too. And you know what I haven't done since probably high school?
Talked with little kids.
No, I'm with kids all the time. I worked with kids for 6 years. I played kickball this weekend.
Dude, I loved
It
kickball.
was so much fun.
I The only thing I hated was if you had to be the one to roll the ball.
Oh, I'm good at that. I always pitched.
Okay, I hated that, but I was good at kicking.
So I went camping this weekend with my brother and sister and my aunt and uncle and some of their if somehow I realized this, I never thought about it before, but I've known these people forever. I'm not related to them, but if you go down a family tree of one of them, we're all connected some way or another.
So you are related?
No. So like my aunt's husband, which is my uncle,
Yeah.
his cousin, her husband, brothers, and her sister.
I'm gonna nod my head like I
Let me try
understand
that
what
again.
you just said.
Let me try that again. So my aunt and uncle, my aunt married my uncle, or you know what I mean.
You're not a biological uncle.
Yes, my uncle through marriage. His cousin was there
Okay.
with her husband and kids, and he has been friends with her husband since they were little kids. And
Okay.
so his cousin married him, and then his brothers and their wives and their kids were there.
Okay, you lost me, Ed.
Okay, so if you go for my uncle,
This is too much. Just
the
family
extended
friends.
tree. If you go through a family tree, it'll branch off to everybody in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Not directly related, even at all, but still, you know how everybody in the world can kind of circle back to a family tree?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Okay.
but this is a lot closer.
Very distant family.
No, not even actually family.
Married in?
Married in, sort of, yeah.
It's a Sweet Home Alabama
No,
situation.
it's not. It's married in to married in to married in to married in,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Everyone is somehow married
So
into
everybody
your
there is related to
family.
somebody,
Okay.
and then it all tracks to everybody.
Sweet Home Alabama.
No, stop saying that. No. So we go
Okay,
camping this
your
weekend.
family knows of them somehow.
It's with anyway. Moving on from this. So
You just take the first 10 minutes of this to explain your whole family tree.
yeah, really. Anyway,
I need a map.
I'll draw you a map later.
Okay. PowerPoint presentation,
All right, we'll
please.
do that after this. So anyway, the kids are all playing kickball, and I'm like, I want to play kickball. And some of the other parents were playing too, and I was like, this is gonna be fun. I haven't run more than about 4 steps in about 5 years, and it was so humid outside.
What
It was,
day was this?
this was Friday night. It was nice out.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice out, but it was just
Uh,
really humid.
Yeah.
And I was a little drunk. Not crazy or anything. Just I had a
That
couple.
was my next question
No, I
was
was not
how
drunk.
much
No,
had
I would.
you had to drink
I think I had three.
of what?
I had a twisted tea and a Smirnoff. I drank whatever's in my fridge. Really, is what
Okay.
happened. I drank whatever's in my fridge, and it was not. I mean, it was I was fine. I wasn't like plastered. Or anything. Some other people were plastered, but I was not. So there ended up being like 30 people at this campsite. It was fun. Like we had a nice time because, like I said, it was all the little kids, older kids, adults, parents, everybody. It was fun. We were playing kickball, and this game is just it was intense. It was fun. A lot of running. I was exhausted afterwards.
You slept good that
No,
night.
I didn't sleep at all that night. I couldn't get comfortable in the tent. I was just like rolling around on that. I couldn't get comfortable.
Okay. I thought the alcohol and exercise would knock you out.
Problem was I drank the alcohol too early. Drank the alcohol with dinner at 5 o'clock. It was out of my system when I went to bed.
At least it was 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
It wasn't
everybody else
like
started
a
drinking at like one.
it
So
wasn't like a 12 p.m. beer.
had some family get hammered.
Well, I thought about this the other day because me and my coworkers we were talking about like what we were doing over summer, and I mentioned your graduation party, and I was like, I don't think it's a Garner like family event unless you throw up.
Hey, hey,
Because everything I've been at with
hey!
you and your family, you've gotten sick.
You've been at two things.
Yeah, it's 2 for 2.
One of them I was blackout drunk.
Yeah, and the other one you still threw up.
I still don't know why that happened. No, it's
I it's true. It's not a lie.
anyway. The
I have
first
not
night
been
there was
to an event
out
with your
of.
family and friends when you have not gotten sick.
You should come camping next year.
Maybe I'm the curse. Maybe
I'm telling you, like legitimately, you will have a good time.
dude, I don't want to sleep in a tent.
There's an air mattress. It's fine. I just trust me on this one. You will have a good time.
Thing is, I don't. Where do you guys even go camping?
Down in Leesburg,
I'm not sure where that
down
is.
there past Sullivan,
I
eastbound
someone know
44.
where something is.
It's about an hour from my house. I'll drive you.
Give me the name of it so I can at
Ozark
least look it up.
Outdoors.
What?
Ozark Outdoors.
Okay. I'm
Seriously
writing
though,
it
if
down.
if you come with me next year, I promise you, I because I barely drank and I had a great time.
You know, I'll think about it.
You should come next year.
I will think about it.
It's a good time. There
I
was
can I'm on the website right now. I can tell you I am not going canoeing.
no, we just go hang out on the river.
I'm not fucking
We
canoeing with
we just
that.
set up shop on the river.
Okay.
My buddy though, it was his birthday on Friday. We went down there. Oh boy, was he drunk! Because so he didn't get down there. We all started at like everybody else started at like 1 o'clock. He didn't
Yeah.
get down there till like 8. The second he got out of the car, he had a beer in his hand. Somebody threw him a beer. He got out of the truck, beer,
I mean,
and he was just pounding them.
the other thing we mentioned about doing was a float trip.
Yeah, I don't know how if that's gonna happen or not.
I want to do a float trip so bad.
Me too. We need to go out on a boat again
I was invited
on
for this
Sunday. I
for
was
this
too.
weekend. He didn't give me what day. I was invited, but I'm busy that day.
I'm out of town, but we need to go with him next time he asks because he's asked me like 4 times.
Yeah, I feel bad because I did I did tell him I would go next time, and he invited me. And I actually cannot go because I have things planned.
We just need to know like 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Because if we go on a Sunday, I'm happy to take a Sunday off. Like Sundays were slow. I'm fine taking Sundays off. I can't take Saturdays off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm off of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it just happened to be this weekend was
Sunday would it
the
would
week.
it would have to be a Sunday
Okay.
because I can't take Saturdays off. because those are my big money days. Well, not money days. It's my big hour days, and my hour
Yeah.
is decent. So, but anyway, back to camping. My buddy, belligerently drunk, and he bought one of those flamethrower things off Amazon. It's like a propane tank. It's like an AK, but it's a flamethrower. He got that out with the
Why
campfire.
why do it like I know it's legal, but it feels like it
No,
shouldn't.
it's very illegal. It's just a can of propane, and anyway,
Is that how you lit the fire?
that's how we relit the fire. Well, he puts it down and he's getting up to go to bed. I don't know what happened if he went to pick it up or what, but he fell flat on his face.
How many beers do you
A
think he
lot.
had? You mean you weren't counting?
He was to the point, him and my uncle were drunk enough that they were trying to make a deal for his old pop-up camper. And they were,
Okay.
instead of money like a normal person, my buddy started offering him his guns. He's like, I'll trade you this gun for a camper.
That thing is, I do know people that would do that same thing.
Well, you know
You,
this person that did it, so I won't say his name, but you know who it was.
you know how so I have a bass guitar
Yes.
and
Couple.
I got it. No, I only have one bass. I have multiple guitars. But the bass was one of my family members, and the way he got it was he traded a gun for it because he thought he would be like the next Gene Simmons from Kiss. My uncle, well, uncle, I'm not gonna say which one. He thought he would be a rock star and never actually learned it. So he just passed it down to me. And I got it a few years ago at Christmas. It wasn't even a surprise because he was moving and he sent me a photo of it. He's like, I have nowhere for this to go, and you play guitar. Do you want it? And I go, sure. I didn't have room for it, but I made room, so yeah, I'm kind of learning how to play it. But it's a work in progress.
If
Gotta
you
get a
come
few things fixed.
if you come camping next year, you can sit around the circle and play the guitar with everybody.
Oh yeah, play Wonderwall.
Yeah, we did that.
Who had the guitar? Who had the
Couple of them.
guitar?
Well, one of the guys is in a band, has a band,
Yeah.
like that has records. It's a legit band with records and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle plays guitar, so you could join
Did
us.
they play Wonderwall?
They played Wagon Wheel.
Okay.
No Skinner though. I tried to get him to play Freebird. They wouldn't do it.
But on acoustic, yeah, don't do Freebird.
Yeah, that's true. It was a good time though. Camping was a lot of fun. It rained the whole second day, so we didn't really get much time on the water,
Yeah.
which was a shame.
Thankfully, it didn't really rain by my house, but it kept saying like, "Oh, pop-up showers."
Oh man, it rained. It stopped until about midnight. It rained from about I don't know 2 o'clock to about 5:36, and then we had a bunch of pop ups and stuff, so it was no problem with the
I
water.
did not see a drop of water.
Yeah, it rained from about I don't know 2 o'clock in the morning until we left, and it was just torrential.
Oh God.
It wasn't storming; it was just so much water.
See, that's why I don't want to go camping in case you get caught in something
Everything
like
stayed
that.
dry. Like I stayed dry all night till I got out of the tent. It was fine. It really was fine.
See, I'm afraid I would get bored in the tent if it
Well,
was raining.
we're only in the tent for like 10 minutes, like just sleeping. Like other than that, nobody goes in the tent.
Yeah, but if it's raining.
No, we have pop ups and stuff like easy ups.
Okay.
Wow, there was like nine of those, and there was like four campers, so you could have gone inside somewhere. I'm telling
Oh,
you,
you have campers?
not for you, but yeah,
Bitch.
they're not.
You never told me you guys had campers.
I don't.
Well, I know someone who does. So if they go camp, or she will hopefully be getting it. But if she goes camping and invites me, I'm going because I can actually stay in that camper.
Okay, really though, sleeping on if you have a decent air mattress, sleeping on an air mattress in a tent is not bad.
I don't even have an air mattress.
Oh, we'll get you one.
So gonna have to make a Walmart trip
I gotta
if
go
I
to
go.
Walmart when we're done with this. I need swim trunks.
Oh yeah. You're
My
going
swim
to
trunks.
Florida.
I am. My swim trunks don't fit. I found out on the river. They're
That
they're, they're too
that's a
small.
bad place to find out.
Yeah, they're too small, and I cut the net out of them, so it was a dangerous situation waiting to happen.
I'm not okay.
I broke
Can
you on that one, huh?
we move on to a different topic?
Put a nice thought in your head, didn't I?
It's, I don't know what your definition of nice is. I'm trying. I want to move on to my notes.
I got a game for you.
Okay, let's play your game.
All right. So I was bored the other day, and I was looking at TV ratings of
Okay.
non-primetime news shows. Why? I don't know. But primetime is, the big ones, Channel 2, Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS.
Okay.
Non-cable would be CNN, MSNBC, Fox, that kind of stuff. So I
Okay.
I found a list of the top 15 total viewers in the first quarter of the year. They're like the on average total viewers for these shows. I want to
hmm
see how many of these you can guess because you've heard of all, like I've heard of all these.
So I have the options of Fox, CNN, MSNBC.
Yes,
Are those three companies the top 15?
sure.
Or is there like one show that's not on one of those
I'm
channels?
not giving you all the hints.
That's literally just one hand.
I gave you
I'm
some before we
clarifying
recorded.
which channels I can pick from.
The big ones.
Okay. I'm gonna say Hannity has to be in there.
Hannity is number 5 at 2.73 million. Hannity makes $40 million a year.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they're not gonna pay him that much if he's not getting good ratings.
He also does 3 hours of radio every day too.
True.
I didn't know that. I just found that out. All right. Hannity is number 5.
I've seen Gutfeld, and they always talk about how it's like the number one
Number 3
show.
at 2.9 million. He's also on at 9 o'clock though, so it's a different time slot.
Yeah.
2.9.
Um, I don't. Does Anderson Cooper still have a show?
Anderson Cooper is not on this list. I think
Okay.
he's a correspondent now for CNN.
Okay.
I don't think he's a. Or one of our teachers said he's a sweetheart.
I'm trying to think what the CNN shows are. Rachel Maddow?
Rachel Maddow is number 11,
Is she is she CNN or is she
MSNBC.
MSNBC?
She's number 11 at 1.8 million. Or 1.9,
Okay.
we'll call it. 1.89.
I know Joy Reid doesn't work there anymore,
Joy
but
Reid is not on here.
okay. Morning Joe.
Nope.
What's the what's a Fox morning one?
Fox and Friends.
Yeah.
Fox and Friends is number 15 at 1.37 million.
I'm trying to think what other
But Fox and
CNN.
Friends is also on from 4 a.m. till 9. So,
Oh, I didn't know it started that
well, there's
early.
early morning Fox and Friends, and then there's Fox and Friends. This is just Fox and Friends is on from 6 to 9.
I'm trying to think what CNN ones are.
I will tell you this because we're going to go down a rabbit hole. We'll be here forever. There's nothing from CNN on here.
Nothing.
Nothing.
See, that doesn't really help because I don't really know MSNBC either.
I'll also tell you this. There was one MSNBC show, and you got that one.
The rest are Fox.
The rest are Fox. 14 of the top 15 new shows are on Fox.
Okay. See, I already had Hannity.
Yep.
I
You're
had
missing some big
Gutfeld.
ones.
Laura Ingram.
Laura Ingram. The Ingram angle is, where is she? Number 6 at 2.6 million.
Jesse Waters.
Jesse Waters, number 2, 3.3 million.
Who's no, he's Fox Business.
Who are we thinking?
I was thinking Larry Kudlow.
Not on here.
He's the business one.
Larry Kudlow's like day one Fox too.
I don't know. I just know my dad has his show on every once in a while.
Okay. I don't have that channel.
But who's Neil Cavuto?
Who?
I think that's his name. Maybe he's Fox Business too.
I don't know that. I've never heard of him. What show is he on?
He has his own show.
Oh, I've never heard of him, so he's not there.
Outnumbered.
Outnumbered is number 8 at 2 million.
How many do I have left?
A lot.
See, I'm running out of shows.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8.
Is the weekend show
No,
on there? No?
nope.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like the lineup they have.
There's no weekend show, so that means there's no like In My World with Laura Trump. There's no The Big Weekend Show. There's no
I'm trying to think of who
Mark
their
Levin.
TV lineups are.
You're missing a big one. You're missing number 1.
No, it's not Tucker Carlson because he
Tucker doesn't
left.
work there.
The five?
The 5, number 1 at
Okay.
3.76 million.
So now I'm trying to think of anyone else from the
Can you hear
five.
that upstairs?
No.
Okay.
I don't think anyone else on the five has shows except for Gutfeld and Jesse Waters.
You got both of them. There's somebody else on there you haven't gotten.
Does Dana Perino have her
Dana
own?
Perino. America Reports, 1.89 million.
Oh, I didn't know she had her own.
Her and she's on the morning show with she's on it before Outnumbered or after Outnumbered, I think. I don't know. Apparently Rachel Maddow's only on once a week now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Jim Acosta got completely canned
They're
from CNN.
changing a lot of things over
Nobody's
there.
watching them.
Well, clearly, if you have like the top 15 and only one of their shows were on there.
Jim Acosta's ratings were so bad they moved him. They told him he could have the 4 a.m. slot or the midnight slot, and he said, "I quit."
See,
I've heard some stories about him from somebody we know that used to work with him.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to think how many do I have left?
You're missing number 4, number 7, number 9, number 10, number 13, and number 14.
Does Brian Kilmeade have his own?
Nope. He's got his own radio show and he's on the weekend show, but he's not.
Okay.
That man works hard.
From what I've heard, yeah,
We got a friend working for him.
we do. Um, who else has shows on there?
You're
See, I
missing.
never like it's never on during the day. It's only on like during night
It's
when
on
they
all the
take it.
time at my house. Somebody's always watching it.
Are these other ones like in the morning or afternoon?
One's on at 5, one's on at 3, one's on at 1, one's on at 10, and one's on at 10 p.m.
Oh God.
This
There's
website.
Trace Gallagher.
Trace Gallagher, there you go. I'll give you 2 for him because he's on 2 shows.
Okay.
He's on Fox News at night, 1.4 million, and he's on America Reports at 1.8 million. So we're missing number 13, number 7, and number 4, and number 10.
I've gone through the whole lineup that
You're
I know.
missing a big one. He's one of the longest tenured guys, I think, in cable news.
I already guessed Hannity.
He's the
That's
most
the
down the middle of anybody on the network.
Brett Baer.
Brett Bear. Number four, 2.8 million.
See, I don't think I'm gonna get anyone else.
All right, we've been doing this for too long anyway. Will Kane's number seven, and the Faulkner Focus is number 10.
Oh, okay. She's on in the mornings, isn't she?
She's on before Outnumbered, I think, because she's on Outnumbered too. She does both.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Isn't
found
the
that list
Will?
interesting. Regardless of how you feel about any of these networks, the ratings kind of show a lot of who's watching what.
I thought the Will Kane show was new,
It is this
and
year.
it's already on the top 15.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, a lot of people leave on Fox or MSNBC or CNN for the dog to watch.
Yeah, and or like if they're just like cleaning the house,
Right.
they're not
Somebody told
actually
me.
paying attention.
Somebody told me yesterday. I was at trivia, and somebody goes, "That is on all the time at our house," and her husband says, "No, it's not. We only watch three shows." And she goes, "Well, the dog watches it all day long."
Usually, if we leave the house, we put on like Cartoon Network
Yeah,
or
well,
some
it's
like
it's
little kid show.
it's usually my stepdad turns on Fox.
Yeah, that's usually what my family has on. But see, I'm not home during the day now,
It
so
depends
I
on the
don't
day.
know what
Sometimes I
the
am.
daytime shows are.
I'm still trying to find a job, full-time job. So
Well, at least you're looking, so
yeah, I applied for a bunch yesterday.
yeah. I know a lot of people who aren't even applying.
My job at Game Show is great. I love it there, but it's not a full-time job.
Yeah,
It's fun though. It's a good job. Was there today earlier, did a show.
have fun.
It was all right. Wasn't anything special. Got the job done though.
So I'm gonna transition over to the little amount of effort I put in for today's podcast.
I got
Because
one.
what?
P-Diddy.
You know, we can. It's not what I was gonna start with, but we can.
What we're gonna start with now.
So Diddy, there were five charges brought against him. He was only found guilty of two.
It's crazy.
So technically, he was found not guilty. And I will pull up the. I saved the charges
Oh
he
yeah.
was actually had. Also from Fox News, I found the charges on Instagram when they announced it. So the counts were racketeering, conspiracy, not guilty. Count two, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty.
Jeez.
Count three, transportation to engage in prostitution, found guilty.
So they're crossing state lines basically.
Count four, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. Count five, participate. Oh my God, I'm having a stroke.
Spit it out.
Transportation to engage in prostitution, guilty. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a lawyer. We might need to talk to a friend about this who is going to law school because
Not for that, she's not.
I'm confused
She's not going for
because
that.
he was found guilty of transportation to engage in
That means he
prostitution,
crossed state lines.
but he was found not guilty of sex trafficking,
It's different.
which I did not have time to Google what the differences are in that.
Well, one of them is just crossing state lines. That's what they'll get you on.
Which I mean, he does, or at least did travel a lot
Right.
for work, which he's probably not going to be working any longer.
No, he's going to jail.
I see, that's the other thing. There is a website called Polymarket that people can pretty much bet on anything. It's not allowed in the US, is currently banned in the US, because I
Not
did
very
want to
guilty.
try and bet on this situation. And people were making thousands of dollars off of betting if he was going to be found guilty or not.
Oh, I believe it. I
But
believe
people are currently betting if he will spend a jail time or if they're just going to let him go.
he'll do jail time.
So I do feel bad for his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, where she fairly talked about the things that were happening to her. And the whole video of him just beating her up in a hotel that the jury just kind of seemed to ignore everything she said when they came to a verdict. So I'm not happy with how this case turned out.
Yeah, he should have got more jail time.
I think he should have been found guilty of more
Yeah, I do too.
stuff because it seems like he's getting off pretty easy. No pun intended. But I also joked that I should buy some stock in Johnson and Johnson because if he gets out, those baby oils are gonna be all bought up. So
There
if
was
you
an
want, I'm not a don't take my financial advice, but
yeah,
maybe J&J is a good company to invest in right now.
no
Because if
idea.
if Diddy gets out, you know that stock's going up.
Another court case. I'm sure you know more than I do on this. I just thought of it. Idaho college.
Yes, I am also not happy about that.
They
If you
took a
don't
plea.
know, I believe his first name's Brian Koberger. Um, he, I'm gonna say allegedly, because I'm trying not to get sued
He
here.
pleaded guilty to it.
Allegedly murdered four Idaho
I don't think
college
there's any alleged
students.
about it. He pled guilty.
He pled guilty because his lawyers pretty much tried every avenue to get him off the death penalty, and the judge said no.
No,
They said he was on the autism spectrum because if they find that you're on any kind of mental illness spectrum or mental disorder, they will not use the death penalty, which he was pretty much found no, you can't use that because that should have been added in to the case before we got this far.
right.
And then they from what I saw, they tried to say it was someone else, which people do not believe. They basically tried to use every avenue they could to get him either found not guilty or off the death penalty. And now he's entered a plea deal, and as of today, he's pleaded guilty to murdering these four Idaho
This
students.
was the one that was like completely just out of nowhere, right?
Out of nowhere, they already destroyed the house that the college students were living in.
Did
Apparently,
he know
there,
them at all?
what?
Did he know them or anything?
He, from what I remember, he himself was a college student. I think he went to the same school as them, and he is a criminology major.
Of course he is.
So he would know. The theory is he did this thinking he could get away with it because he knows the court system.
If I remember right, he did it and then drove to Pennsylvania and hid out somewhere there.
See, I don't know if he drove, but I think they found his DNA on a knife
Yeah.
that
Well,
he
somehow he
threw
got to
away.
Pittsburgh, somewhere in Pittsburgh, I think.
Yeah, I think he did drive somewhere else. But they in my opinion, I don't think they should allow you to change your strategy that much in a case, especially when it comes to like homicides and murders and you're trying to get off the death penalty, you should not be able to enter a plea deal that late.
Right.
And
Th-
it's been years since the crime has actually happened.
This was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah. And just of today, he pleaded guilty. So,
I think it was yesterday.
was it yesterday? I saw the videos of it today. Maybe the videos came out today. I'm
I
not
saw it
sure.
yesterday. I watched it live.
See, I didn't. I was at work.
I worked
But
yesterday. What do you say?
did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
for like 2 hours, but I went to work.
Yeah, I had 8 hours.
Mm,
So, yeah, so I don't have as much time as you do.
I went to work and trivia yesterday. We won. I was an hour late, but we won.
Did you even participate in it? So,
No,
the team
I did one
won.
question. Well, it was like question 17 by the time I got there, and I didn't know any of them. Oh, July 16th, the whole slop miss is hosting trivia.
I've already told you this.
Yeah,
Why
you
I
ain't
can't
coming.
be there.
Pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
I can't co-host and I'm probably not going to be there.
Pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, because my friends and family are in town.
And pain in the ass.
Sure.
I stand by what I said.
Well, I think we can go with what Casey said, who's more of a shithead. So,
You.
no, he said you. So, but, well, do you want to take a break
Yeah,
now
we gotta take
or?
a break real quick.
Okay.
All right, what were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about the Idaho
Right. Idaho.
murder case, but we
Lock him
can,
up.
oh yeah, he's definitely getting locked up since he pleaded guilty. But, we can move on to happier news.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez
Got
got
married.
married in Venice, Italy. Kim and Khloe Kardashian, along with Kris Jenner, Sydney Sweeney, and Tom Brady, were a few of the people that showed
What in the
up.
hell does Sydney Sweeney and Bezos talk about?
I don't know, but apparently Sweeney and Tom Brady had a lot to talk about because there were photos of them chatting it up. And now the joke is that the two of them are together.
Oh,
Or
since Giselle left him for the jujitsu instructor.
yeah. Or maybe they will get together. Who knows? She is into older men though, because
Maybe Tom will buy her bath soap.
I'm like her fiance was about 20 years older than her. So
There's some age gaps in these famous people relationships.
yeah,
Like we were talking about news earlier. Dana Perino, her husband's like 70 and she's 50.
I did not know that.
Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, she's
Okay.
like 27. You know, she's like our age.
Yeah, okay, we're not
She's a
27.
couple years older than us.
A couple means two.
No, a couple means like 4 or 5. Anyway, not the point. Her husband's like early 50s.
I don't know if I would consider her famous though. Like she's not a celebrity.
No, but I'm just saying, like these notable people.
Yeah, that well, did
She's
Tom Brady and Giselle have a age gap? I feel like they were pretty close together.
she might be older than him. No, she's not. I don't know.
I'm
Well,
not sure.
he's her second wife. He's Tom. She's Let me try to see it in English. Giselle is Tom's second wife,
Okay,
or at least second baby mama.
sure. But I want to see if you can guess how much this wedding cost.
300, or it was like 56 million.
From what I found, it was estimated 50 million.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
Okay, well, you cheated.
Yeah.
But for a billionaire or even a millionaire, that's a lot of money for a wedding.
It was in
Like
Venice, right?
yeah, in Venice, Italy, I can't even think of like if I was getting married and I had that budget and I had to use all of it, I don't even know how I would spend. all of that money on a wedding.
You could get a private concert from pretty much whoever you wanted.
Shit, I'll do Elton John because he's retired.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Alan Jackson retired.
Well, you can have Alan Jackson. I'll have Elton John.
I only
So
know like two Alan Jackson songs. I just know he just retired.
I'm picking Elton John.
Alan's cool. He's not my favorite or anything, but I like Chattahoochee. Way down yonder.
But would you pay him like 25 million just
No,
to play that one song?
no,
How much would you pay him?
$12.
Sadly, I don't think he's gonna accept that.
I don't like Chattahoochee that much. Way down,
I don't know. Maybe some people do.
way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. It gets hotter
But
than the Hoochie Coochie.
talking about music and retiring, Ozzy and Black Sabbath are doing their final show ever. It's called Back to the Beginning. It's happening July 5th on Saturday at Villa Park, Birmingham, England. They already sold out Villa Park, but live stream tickets are available. I did buy mine.
Of course you did.
The live stream tickets are $30, which is a little more than a live stream ticket I would usually pay for, but for the last Ozzy show ever, I will pay for it. But it does go to a good cause because all of the live stream ticket proceeds go to Cure for Parkinson's, Birmingham Children's Hospital, and a children's hospice center. And this is a mostly all day festival type of thing going on. Some of the bands playing are Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, plus a bunch of other people that people are
A bunch of other people
guessing.
I've never heard of.
Well, they have Billy Corgan from the Smashing
I
Pumpkins,
met him.
David Draymond from Disturbed, Slash, and Duff McKagan, both from Guns N' Roses.
Pause. Duff McKagan. Every week, you know Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Chris Jericho has a podcast. Every Friday, Duff McKagan tells a joke on there. Continue.
Okay. Tommy Morello, which we
We
saw
saw.
at Evolution, really good. He is credited for putting this whole thing together.
Well, not
Really.
nice of him.
He got a lot of these bands to play this festival celebration for Ozzy, which if I was any band and invited to something like this, oh, I would clear my schedule to play Ozzy's last show.
I was talking to my stepdad yesterday, and I said the name Ozzy. And in St. Louis, if we're talking about Ozzy, who are we talking about?
Usually Ozzy Smith.
He thought we were talking about Ozzy Osbourne, and my mom was like, "No, first, this is St. Louis. It's Ozzy Smith."
Some of the other people are Fred Durst from Limp
Keep
Bizkit,
on rolling.
KK Downing, the original guitarist in Judas Priest, Sammy Hagar from Van Halen, and also solo. And the I'm not he might be the drummer. I'm not sure, but if you know the band Sleep Token, they don't actually go by names, they go by numbers. But one of the members of Sleep Token is there.
I've never heard
Plus
of any of these bands.
plus Jonathan Davis from Cohen. He's gonna be there. They're doing performances. I kind of expect some kind of speeches from some people. It's gonna be a hell of a show.
How about
When
Dave Grohl? Is he going to be there?
no,
That's a shame.
but I do think there will be more people there than they listed.
Be like the Brady roast where people just keep showing up.
Yeah, I do think also shout out to Foo Fighters because they did release a new song
Oh,
the
that's
other
nice.
day. So, And there was a long post on Instagram that Dave Grohl wrote celebrating their 30th anniversary of being a band.
Not his wife.
Mute yourself.
Hey, Dave Grohl's the
But
man, other than what he did, but Dave
other
Grohl's the man.
than all of the cheating scandals he's had. But
Wasn't he the one?
no, I allegedly did cheat on another wife or
Oh,
girlfriend he was with.
that's
But
sad. I liked him.
yeah, he might be there. There might be a lot of other people that they did not list. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's either the Black Sabbath and Ozzy parts are going to be short because of their age, but also just to see them for one last time, it's going to be cool. And Ozzy having a whole celebration, concert, festival event for his career. They're not going to do that for any other artist.
So, no, more important music news.
Oh no.
The Washington Fair.
Okay.
Pretty damn good lineup this year.
Who's on it?
I'll tell you. Last year it was Uncle Cracker and Travis Tritt and the Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay.
This year, the headliner, well, I'll go backwards because my favorite's on Thursday. On Sunday, August 10th, Jackson Dean is the headliner.
Okay.
The day before, that Saturday, Dustin Lynch with Ashley Cook. That'll be pretty good.
I've heard the guy's name.
Yeah, I have to. He's the headliner. We got a wild one. I Love the 90s tour. Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, Young MC, C&C Music Factory, and Joe Denham.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the one, what's funny, I told Casey like an hour before I got this email, I wanted to see this band live.
Yeah.
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top's coming.
You want to go?
Or I mean, I guess 2/3 of ZZ Top
You
are
want to go?
coming. R.I.P. Dusty Hill. What day is it?
August 7th, Thursday. You're off the next day. 30
Yeah.
bucks.
Okay, yeah, I'll go.
Yes. I'll buy the
But
tickets. I wanted to go so bad.
we're
I want
gonna
to
go
hear
see ZZ
I
Top.
want to hear Sharp Dress Man live.
Oh yeah.
Fair warning, I'm gonna lose my shit when that song comes on.
I will too.
That's one of my favorite songs ever.
I thought it was Sweet Home Alabama.
Shut up.
Or Freebird, you love
Ray
Free.
Bird. So,
But I mean, if you ever see Leonard Skinner, just know it's not Leonard Skinner.
it's okay. So 2 years ago, Casey asked me if I wanted to go get an extra ticket. I didn't listen to Skinner at the time. I didn't realize I knew Skinner. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay. Man, I wish I would have gone. Uncle Cracker opened for ZZ Top, who opened for Skinner.
What?
Yeah,
It was it was Uncle Krager,
ZZ Top
ZZ
and
Top,
Skinner.
and Skinner.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't go, and I was sad.
It would have been all three people you like.
I have three of my favorites.
That's wild to call Uncle
I
Krager
like
your,
Uncle Cracker.
but to call him your favorite?
He's one of them. He was my first concert ever. Remember?
Yeah. But I've seen people in concert that I'm not usually impressed with.
Give me the Beat Boys.
Okay, moving on.
Freed my soul. I want to get lost in rock and roll. And what?
Fly away.
No, drift away, you idiot.
You know what? I don't listen
I
to him
I
too
know
bad.
you know that song,
Oh, I do. I just wanted to see your reaction.
you moron.
One last thing, Chuck E. Cheese is opening an adult arcade
Ooh. There's,
called it's called Chuck's Arcade.
what do we know about the pizza situation?
I'm not sure. They didn't have anything about the food in the article I found, but there's only going to be 10 locations.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Florida. It didn't say specific cities. It gave states though. Florida, Connecticut, Oklahoma, New York, Georgia, Texas, New Hampshire, which I feel is a weird one
Yeah,
to throw on in New Hampshire, and Missouri.
it's
So
it's gonna be Kansas City.
it's either going to be Kansas City or St. Louis. From what I saw, they did not list specific cities yet, but they just had states. So
We're going to that, by the way, if it's in St. Louis.
if it's in St. Louis, I'll go. I am expecting it to pretty much just be like a Dave and Buster's.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
we should go to Dave and Buster's sometime.
At least they're trying it out, trying to compete with something like that.
We should go to Dave and Buster's soon.
I've never really been to one.
All right, we'll go to one.
I don't know.
We'll go to one when I get back from Florida.
The only one I know of is by Lindenwood.
That's fine.
I'm not sure if there's another one.
We have cars. They drive.
True.
But it was not that far away.
At least for me, it's not.
I used to commute there.
Well, that was your own option.
It was the right decision at the time.
Like you decided to do that.
It was the
So
right
you,
decision.
you can't complain if you
No, I'm saying it's
made
not that
that.
bad of a drive. I did it every day. It's
Yeah,
not a
but
fun drive, but it's not hard.
no.
When we
But
fir- when we first started the show, I was commuting.
yeah.
That got old because we wouldn't leave till 2 o'clock in the freaking morning sometimes.
Well, we would finish the podcast and then we would just sit down there talking.
A lot of times though, we wouldn't start the podcast till 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
There was definitely times we were not supposed to be down there.
No one ever kicked us out, so
So public safety knew we were down there,
yeah.
and they assumed we were doing radio things.
Hmm.
We technically were because the podcast room is associated with the radio station.
They see no one kicked us out.
They
So
they knew we were down there because I told them
we
on that. I was like, just so you guys know, so we don't get in trouble. Like we're down here late at night. Like that's fine, whatever, as long as you can get in the building.
yeah.
Now,
It
did we need to go exploring some nights? Probably not.
we only went exploring one night.
And it was still early. It was only like 9 o'clock when we did that.
No, it might have been later.
It was 9 o'clock when we did that.
You can remember that.
Never mind. It was a joke. Never mind. You didn't pick up on what I was saying.
Okay. Anyway, that was the few things I had for today.
Back to the kickball story from earlier.
Okay.
My little cousin is 9 or 10, and he's a freight train. He's he's a big dude. He's calmed down a lot, but he's a big dude, and
Okay.
he plays rough. My sister laid him out playing kickball.
Like flatten him.
He was in the baseline, so she laid him out. And he comes back over, and he plays rough too. Like with
Hmm.
my friends and stuff, he plays rough. With my brother, he plays rough, and they play rough with him back. He comes over and he's whining. He's like, "Oh, I think I even broke my jaw." And he's like, "You're fine." But man, that was fun. We played wiffle ball too.
Yeah.
We were all exhausted after playing kickball.
Well, yeah, you gotta run.
We chased the ball down. It was fun though. Like it was one of the most fun things I've done in a long time. It was dumb. It was just a bunch of kids and parents and everybody. It was everybody.
Did
Everybody was
anyone get
watching.
did anyone get super competitive? I figured. I
I just
figured
got into
if
it.
anyone got competitive, it would have been you.
I was just getting excited, having fun, cheering and stuff.
Who whose team won though?
We weren't really. So we ended up playing. We started playing just whoever was where, and then we played kids against adults. And I'm an adult now, apparently. One of the kids said, "You on the kids team?" I was like, "I'm like 23. I'm not on the kids team. I'm the oldest one of the group. I'm not on the kids team." And
Was
then
there an even number though?
no, there was way more kids.
Okay.
So the kids go up early. They were up like 2 or 3 to nothing in the first inning. and then we just smoked them. We had a rule: if you hit the trees, it was a home run, and then we realized that was too easy. Because
Okay.
I hit one off my shin, and that thing flew, and then my shin was red for a couple hours afterwards.
Dude, the worst was when you got hit in the face with one. Like someone kicked it up and you tried to catch it because you were on a base, and then you get hit.
I was coordinated
Or
enough.
in
I think,
dodgeball, when you get hit in the face,
yeah,
then
dodgeball. I mean, I was gonna say I'm coordinated enough. I can at least smack it out of the way if it's coming at my face at kickball.
oh no, they had us playing kickball when we were probably too young to be playing kickball.
Kickball's safe. Uh,
But you would always have the like two athletic kids in the class that like took it really personally
oh, I've told you about my insanely athletic high school gym class.
multiple times. And you've said it on here
Yeah,
multiple times.
we played a lot of kickball in that class.
Yeah.
We played mat ball,
Okay.
and we had a we oh man, mat ball was so much fun with the group we had there. Oh, we had so much fun,
Hmm.
so much fun with the freak athletes in there too. But we had a rule: if you hit a light, you were out, and I would hit the light every time. Yeah, it was bad.
That was the dangerous thing about playing like in the gym was hitting a light or getting it stuck in the rafter.
Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah.
It was fun. I miss playing kickball, stuff like that. It was a good time. That was the highlight, I'd say. Still can't pee in the water though. That's still a thing. Nothing's changed there.
Let's not get back onto that.
I was gonna come back next week too. I'm going to Florida on the beach. So
You already talked about the swim trunk situation.
no, that
We
was not on here. That was before.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. No, it was on here. It was. It
It
was.
was.
It
Believe me, it was.
was funny though. Hey, nothing happened.
Let's hope not. I mean, if it did, honestly, that's a story to tell on here.
You would have thought it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Because it would have been. But yeah, that's about all I got this week. Oh, Cody Rhodes won King of the Ring. Jade Cargill won Queen of the Ring. She beat Roxy, sadly. Cody beat somebody. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know any of this was a thing.
Punk
So
went to Saudi after saying he wouldn't go there for 7 years. Then he went.
good for him.
The WWE crews got stuck in Qatar on their way over to Saudi because they shut down the airspace
Yeah.
before the ceasefire went in effect, and they got stuck over there in Qatar for a couple of days.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, everything was fine. No, they went over there. They came back. Everybody's safe. I didn't watch it, but I just saw Cody won, which is whatever. Didn't I'm fine with it. Just gets him a title shot at SummerSlam against I don't even know who's champ right now. Who is champ right now? Cena.
I was like, I thought it was John Cena, but I didn't know if it was a same like title or not.
Apparently him and Punk tore the house down. I didn't see it, but I heard. Evolution 2 is coming up. That's gonna be cool. All women's pay-per-view.
It's free on Peacock,
Mm.
so if
No,
you
it's
have
not free on
Peacock, you
Peacock.
can watch it.
$4.99 on Peacock. But yeah.
Well, if you pay for Peacock,
Yeah.
it's free.
Yep. And then AEW All In's coming up. That's a hell of a show they got coming up. It's their first US stadium show at down at the Ranger Stadium down in Texas.
Okay,
Show's gonna be wild. I think Darby's coming back. Oh, Darby Allen climbed Mount Everest. That happened, by the way.
good for him.
Darby's cool. You would like Darby. Darby's kind of like a human wrecking ball where he just throws himself at stuff.
You've shown me a photo of him.
Yeah, I showed you him with thumbtacks on his face and a flamethrower.
I thought he was on fire.
He was lighting somebody on fire.
Oh, okay.
That was Jack Perry. He lit on fire. Darby's awesome though. Place goes nuts for Darby. He should be coming back. There's the card's wild, and then there's a Great American Bash coming up. There's something else. Mariah May debuted in NXT. We haven't covered wrestling in a while. Mariah May jumped ship from AEW. She's Blake Monroe now. We got the name from her niece. She does vlogs with her niece. Her niece's name is Blake, so I know she's Blake Monroe. I'm indifferent on
Not
it, but it's not
not
a
like
bad thing.
Blake Lively.
No. I think I'm doing commentary for Glory Pro the end of July. That'll be fun. Danhausen, Dijak, that'll be cool.
Okay.
You'd like that one. You've been to a
Is
Glory Pro.
Moses.
Moses will be there, new guys, all our friends,
Okay.
I think. They're usually all there. I honestly sometimes can't even remember who all we've had on.
I mean, just gotta look back on 65 episodes.
And I was just announced, I just got a text from somebody. This is UFC news.
UFC.
Just announced there would be a UFC pay-per-view championship fight on the White House lawn.
What?
There's a UFC fight. They're gonna have a UFC pay-per-view from the White House.
Is it Trump and Elon?
In a
Because
cage.
I'll fucking pay for that.
There was jokes a while ago that I think I heard on Riz. Who was it? It was when Zuckerberg and Bezos were gonna fight.
Was it Bezos? I remember it was Zuck.
It was Zuckerberg, maybe no, Zuckerberg and Elon. That's what it was.
Okay.
They were joking around saying, they got to get all the best of everybody. Joe Rogan is the commentator.
Oh
Joe
yeah.
and DC is the commentators. Uh,
I I was hoping that would happen.
they want to make real money. Put like Tucker Carlson as the referee because he draws numbers.
What would he do as a ref
I don't
though?
know, but he draws numbers.
No, you gotta get like OnlyFans girls for a ref.
No, they're the
And
ring
that's how
girls.
you get viewed.
No, they're the ring girls.
Either one. But
Well, how
you
about that
need
girl
like
from Lindbergh High School that went to high school with the girl we know that blew up from the Mike Tyson fight?
I
Sydney
follow her
Thomas,
on
I think's her name. Is
Instagram now.
that her name? Sydney Thomas?
I think so.
Sydney something.
Yeah, I think it is Cindy Thomas.
No, actually, you know what? You want real numbers? Theo Vaughn. Put Theo Vaughn as a special guest referee.
No, put him as a commentator.
Yeah. I heard a thing for one of the debates, for a political debate. If you want views, like just in terms of views, the moderation team should be Elon, Joe Rogan, and Tucker Carlson.
I'd put Theo Von in it.
Okay, the four of them. But imagine that team moderating anything.
Well, moderating it, Joe Rogan would somehow make it go like 5 hours long.
That's true. Well, they already are 5 hours long. Joe Rogan would be, because I mean, he's not moderate, but he's more moderate than most of them are.
Yeah.
He says he's a libertarian.
I mean, he was a socialist at the beginning.
Nah, he wasn't quite a full socialist, but he was Bernie type socialist, not a full socialist, but Bernie socialist.
But I mean, at that time, that was kind of the
Yeah,
closest to
yeah,
socialism I guess you could get in
yeah,
America.
that's true. That's true.
So
But that would be something. Yeah, if you threw top commentators in the world would be Joe Rogan, Michael Cole, and I don't know who's the third guy. I don't know. Joe Buck.
commentary? Okay.
Joe Buck. Uh, you got to have Theo in there somewhere.
I would have Theo asking the questions, like the hard-hitting questions.
He said, "There's, you know how he interviews all the political people.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he said to JD Vance is just wild.
Oh, I listened to that one.
It was so funny. Theo
Like I
Theo's being a creep, and JD's just like, "Wait,
he's
what did you say?"
laughing.
Well, he's laughing, and then he's like, "What did you say?" Because he's talking about the Naval Observatory,
Yeah.
and he's talking about how Theo is saying this to the Vice President of the United States. Man, there wouldn't be nobody'd get a new bra in town without me knowing about it if I had an observatory in my house.
I'm like,
He also said during the campaign after I think like he had somebody on, and then he had JD on, and then he had Trump on, and then he had Bernie, and he had somebody else. He said, I hate to say it this way, but you can't even do cocaine in this country anymore."
he said that to JD.
I know. He said it like it was normal too.
Oh yeah, and it's so weird because this, at least from what I remember, this is the first election that the political people actually went on podcasts
Hmm. It's
that
crazy.
weren't like just about politics.
It's crazy. Like you would never think Theo Von would be sitting down with Donald Trump.
Like Theo, I think Logan Paul had him on.
He may
Um,
have. The Nelk Boys had him, I know. Uh,
Kamala went on Call Her Daddy.
yeah.
I'm trying to think
That
if
was
she went
that was the
on
only one she
anything
did.
else. I
Because
feel like she did the Breakfast Club, that radio show.
maybe.
I
I know
think she
Rogan
did
tried to
that.
get her and she wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I would have liked to see her on Rogan.
Well, she wanted him to edit, from what Joe said.
I also think she didn't want to travel either, from
Yeah.
what I've heard. But I
Did he
don't know.
offer it? Well, she was in Texas for one of them for a
Yeah.
rally, and he offered her to come by any time of the day.
Well, I mean, she could have been in like a whole different part of Texas.
No, she was near him.
Okay. I would love for one of them to go on like Bert Kreischer's
That
podcast.
won't ever happen.
I'd love it though.
Bert does too many drugs for that.
Oh, like Theo didn't. Theo literally mentioned cocaine to the vice president.
Yeah, but they're getting high half the time on Bert's show, aren't they?
Okay, what about Tom Segura?
On your mom's house?
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
I listen to that every once in a while.
Christina's funny. She's kind of annoying, but she's funny.
Oh, I like her. Her actual like stand-up specials are good.
I didn't know she had a stand-up special.
She has two, I think.
How about Bobby Lee and Santino interviewing Donald Trump?
Oh my God. I
Because I know Santino's a big fan of him.
see, I don't know where they lean, but
Santino's Republican.
I know they had
So
who's
is
that
Chris Stefano.
they had that OnlyFans model Bonnie Blue on.
Why?
They were just like talking to her. I think they were kind of like making fun of her, which is like they're comedians, that's what they're supposed to do. But then they actually asked like genuine questions of like curiosity, and she just answered it.
What show is this? Your mom's house?
Bad friends.
Oh. Oh, that fits them. Did you
Yeah.
see, Two Bears occasionally has porn stars on there?
Oh yeah.
I believe it was Adriana Chechik was her name. They called Leanne in the middle of the show and asked if they could have a three-way with her.
Oh, I saw that TikTok.
And they were serious
No, they were like dead ass.
because it would have been a good TikTok, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, also Leanne, she knew they were joking.
Leanne is hilarious.
Her podcast is good
It
too.
is good. She do you ever see the one where she calls in the middle of it and he answers? And he said, "Hey, we're filming." They said, "Okay, they'll like this. Your daughter got busted for gambling at school today."
That's one of my favorites. And
Shooting,
it was gambling for money too.
shooting dice at school.
I know.
How about, have you seen the clip? It's two bears again.
Is it the Kool-Aid?
Yep.
Yeah. I dude,
That's my favorite clip ever.
my mom loves that one.
So
And the
funny.
thing is, when Bert really laughs, he gets that high pitched
It's
noise
suffocating.
and it doesn't stop.
How about Tom's birthday present to him?
God. They try and up it every year. I don't think you can't.
No. There's another clip. I don't know what show. It may have been Bertcast. I don't know what show it was, but it's Bert and he's with somebody and he said scroll all the way to the bottom of your phone and text that person you've been thinking of them. And he does it and he realizes it's the guy that sold him his gun. And he starts thinking, "Hey, so and so, I've been thinking about you." The guy that sold him his gun,
Oh
and they
my
start
God.
dying laughing.
I haven't seen that one.
Have you seen this special about how he got a gun?
No.
He had to change his lease or something on his house to put Leanne's name on it, and he rents a room from her.
That's how he had to get it?
That's how he had to get some paperwork done. He also says he's not a responsible gun owner. I believe that.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe the laws in California are really strict. So
Yeah,
I don't know how the paperwork fits into it.
I'm not sure, but he said at one point he was using his gun just for the flashlight attachment. He was walking around the backyard with this flash.
The responsible gun over right there.
He's a mess, but he's funny. He's like a freak athlete.
Bert?
Yeah,
I was about to say we know Tom isn't because he broke his arm,
his leg committed suicide, and his arm went down with it. And his old good buddy Bert moved the arm.
which is the last thing you're supposed to do.
Have you seen the clip where they're talking about it, and the paramedic comes in and is like, "Why are these guys playing with kids?"
Weren't they with an like actual NBA player too?
No, he was a high school prospect, but yeah.
Oh, I thought there was like a actual athlete with them.
Did you hear Bert bought a guy or paid a guy to come get him in like a van
What?
because he went home because he didn't like the hospital. He slept on the couch, and some guy in a van came and got him.
Have you seen the? This is the last one because we gotta wrap up soon.
Yeah,
But
head to the store.
the last the clip of him, I think he fell off the step and like ran into the side of his house.
What?
You haven't, oh my God, I'm gonna,
I don't know what you're talking about.
it was Bert. He like tripped onto the step going into his house and he just fell like into the garage door.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's funny though.
I'm gonna find the clip and send it to you.
All right. Well, we got to wrap up though because we thought this was gonna be short today and it wasn't.
No, it's not.
Yeah. We'll be back maybe next week. Hopefully next week we can find time. I may push our guest back a week, but it'll hopefully we'll do some kind of we'll just touch base next week at
Yeah.
some point. But other than that, that's all we got. We'll see you next time.